Welcome to Discover Indie Film. I'm Jeff Howard. I'm very happy to have two people with me in person, Annie Girard and Diana Wright. Hi, you two.
Hello.
Hi, you won.
And I'm alone, but, and actually, should I address you each individually? I didn't do this the first time, but I think people figured out. I tried to use names, but Annie sounds like this.
I'm Annie.
And I'm Diana.
There you go. You should, and if you can't tell them apart, you have the problem.
Now it's on you.
It's totally on them. All right, so we just had a wonderful interview podcast. So if you listen to the podcast before this one in the feed, you'll learn all about Diana and Annie and their film One in the Chamber, which won awards at the one outstanding comedy short at Film Invasion Los Angeles in 2025, which is just 2 months ago.
The Filmmaker Award.
The Filmmakers Award, that's
Yeah.
right. Decided by the Filmmakers Board, your peers.
Yeah.
Your peers. Has way more weight. It's
Peer
funny.
pressure.
It always strikes me as funny when like a filmmaker's like, it's not a grand jury award. I'm like, it's better than that. It really is. Although I can't say this. So anyway, listen to that podcast. Watch the film if it's out yet. There will be a clickable link if and when it's out and online for you to watch. But this episode is going to be a 4 questions episode, which is just my way of having fun, letting people talk about movies. These two wonderful people are going to answer, name 3 films that you love, name an underrated film, name an overrated film, and name a lesser-known film that people should seek out. I've probably said this 100 times, but I'll say it for both of you. I have a friend who's a professional drummer, and his entire social media life is these questions about musicians and like saying like, you know, so-and-so is the most overrated drummer of all time, debate me. And I was like, okay, I can steal James's questions for film. But I'm not looking to start fights. I'm looking just to get, because I think it shows a lot about us what films we like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
So who would like to go first and answer? And it's a very intentional question. Annie pointed at Diana.
Point. No,
But you want to go first, Annie?
Sure, I can go first. Yeah.
Excellent. 3 films you love.
Three films that I love. Okay. I'm going to say, Center Stage is maybe my favorite film. It's not good, but it's amazing. It's not good, it's great. But I love that. I love all ballet cinema. So I'm going to rep it. I think ballet cinema is a specific genre of film. I also love watching competence porn movies. So people who are like really good at their jobs, just doing them really well at the height of their intelligence. And so for that, I'm going to rep The Martian because that's just a smart film. And, you know, it's from a self-published book, but the guy was an astrophysicist. And so he just really got the science really well done. And so it's just nice to watch someone being good at their jobs and surviving. And then I'm going to say the OSS films, which is a French comedy spy parody. And these are the films that when The Artist came out, that's the silent film movie that swept the Oscars, they were like, we had to make some dumb studio films before this. They were French. And these were the films that they made. And I was like, the fact that you think these are dumb studio films is insane, because it's just these really, really hilarious French spy comedy films. It's like essentially watching Austin Powers in French. And I highly recommend them. They're just a great time.
Sound fantastic. And by the way, I'll just explain to you the reason my mouth was agape when you mentioned ballet cinema is I love dance film. Mm-hmm. That's why there's dance film categories in our festivals. And because of a dance film, during COVID actually, a dancer and choreographer who had a film in our festival during COVID, she started a dance film festival in the UK, and I'm a juror for it.
That's amazing.
And I keep, every time I meet a dancer who made a dance film, I always say, hey, does LA have a good dance film? I really don't have it in me to start another festival. But I kind of, and I've been told LA is kind of lacking a dance film festival. There used to be one apparently. And
it's pretty lacking in the dance world. And I think the dance cinema scene doesn't get enough love.
I mean,
it's pretty
I'm
great.
Such a huge fan of the Step Up movies.
All the Step Up movies are great. Center Stage, there's 3 center stages. I've seen them all. Dance Academy, which is an Australian TV show. It's amazing. I have a deep cut of ballet cinema on it, and I think it's wonderful.
It is, and it's amazing, and it's just amazing. The marriage of dance and film, I'm a huge fan of.
Yeah, and I think look, the Gap ad is getting a lot of play right now. People are like, oh, we rediscovered dance through Gap ads, which happens apparently every 30 years. Gap comes out with an amazing dance ad. And I'm like, this is phenomenal. And it's people using their bodies, and it's such a fantastic, great art form that doesn't get enough love.
We should make a dance movie and get Gap to sponsor it.
Oh, the dream.
Absolutely. Well, that's great. Okay. Well,
Okay. I had a lot of problems with this because I'm not like a pick a favorite kind of person. Like when I was little, I had like a lot of people have a favorite stuffed animal, but now I did have a favorite stuffed animal, but I didn't want any of them to know. So I would just sleep with all of them. I would bring like 20 stuffed animals to camp with me because I didn't want any of them to get their feelings hurt.
But there was a favorite.
Well, I don't know. I think it would rotate. I think Lammy was like number 1 because I had stolen her from preschool, and I really felt like I earned her. But, Puffalump came up from behind for a while. But who knows where Puffalump is, and Lammy's still on my shelf. So Lammy won.
Somewhere in this house, there's a teddy bear hidden that I will never let go of. But I can't let the women I live with know how important it is to me.
Yeah, so with that caveat, I have a lot of films, and recently I've realized, I keep saying this is my favorite film, but I haven't watched it for 20 years. So I feel a little bit weird. I was making a list yesterday. Recently I've been like, okay, I keep watching. Am I allowed to talk more than just say
Of course.
a title? Okay.
There are no rules.
I've been realizing I keep just watching mediocre television because I've bottomed out on TV. So I've decided to go back and watch things that I say I love, just to make sure. Because for a long time I was like, I love The Jerk, top 10, love it, love it, love it. And then I was like, wait a second, do I still love it? Does it hold up? Is it racist? And I went back to watch it, and I still think it holds up. I mean, it's funny. I mean, there's some interesting overselling. But I mean, Steve Martin's so charming, and the jokes, I mean, he's like, they hate these cans. I don't know. I mean, there's just so many
so good
iconic lines, Yeah. So I rewatched that one. So I feel like I can only say things that I've recently rewatched. Otherwise, I don't know if I vouch for them anymore. I did just, because we were pitching on something, so I had to watch the Paddington movies. And I rewatched both of those. And I think, contrary to maybe popular opinion, I like Paddington 1 better. And they both make me cry, and they're both great and wonderful, solid films. If you want a happy cry, I would definitely vote for that. And then I feel like I got to say, I don't know. This is such a smorgasbord of things. I'm like, do I really? Is this my top 3? It's not, but depending on the mood.
I made a point
to say they're not.
It's not top 3.
Okay,
yeah, it's
okay.
just 3 films you love.
I
So
love all
that to
you
get rid of
others.
the top 3 pressure, right?
Okay,
because it's not. It doesn't have to be the best films ever. But by
Right,
the way,
right.
The Jerk might be.
Since we're here repping One in the Chamber, I felt like I had to do an action film, and I really love Kung Fu Hustle. I can't believe I've never dressed up like one of the characters for Halloween. I'm not sure I'm allowed to because I am not Asian. But it's iconic. It's hilarious. It's creative. It's so cool. Kung Fu Hustle's real fun.
Excellent.
Can I pimp Annie out a little bit, because she co-wrote a novel with the screenwriter of The Jerk. That's coming out currently now. So it's coming out soon, and we're very excited about that.
Be Annie's hype person.
Yeah, I'll be a hype person.
And
I'm just saying.
bravo.
So
Thank you.
her favorite movie came back
It was very exciting
to give her a little bit more love. So that'll come out soon. Check it out.
And I mean,
Fingers
during the
crossed.
interview, obviously, you're both come from extremely well-educated, bright backgrounds and love comedy. And I kind of do feel like Steve Martin might be the one of the better cases we have of a comedian who's clearly a genius.
Oh, clearly.
Well, Steve Martin was my family's love, and actually Wally Bogue, who I said he was Steve Martin's mentor, and so it's like such a weird connection because I'm like, oh, I get to be like, I have the same mentor as Steve Martin at wildly different times in his life. But yeah, Steve Martin is just a genius, phenomenal man.
Yeah, like all the way.
Yeah. He's like top 2 people I'd like to meet and shake his hand and say thank you.
Agreed. And my understanding is he's so awkward in person that meeting him is horrible. But I don't care.
I don't know if I want to. It'd be a real fight or flight moment for me.
Yeah. I mean, don't meet your heroes, right?
At this point, it's got to be used to people saying, you're so good. But anyway, all right. Well, Annie
now I have to go first.
Now you get to go first for the second question, which is a film you feel is underrated.
Underrated. I feel, okay, I have this. At the past Oscars, Past Lives did not win, and I feel like that was underrating it. I feel like it should have won. It was so good.
Excellent.
The end? I don't know. Is that the end?
I can't comment because I'm so drowning in festival submissions now that I don't see. I used to make a point of seeing everything nominated for Best Picture, and now I don't even come close.
Well, now there's 10 too, right?
Oh,
yeah.
so
It
hard.
made it harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is funny.
Underrated film. I'm up.
You are up?
Well, I'm gonna stay in the comedy category, and I don't know if this is underrated amongst comedians, but it does make me mad how little money it made. The movie Pop Star, which came out, which I think is great.
Don't Stop, Never Stopping.
Don't Stop, Never Stopping. I thought it was so funny and so well done, and it made so little money that it bummed me out. So I feel like on the grand, so I feel like it might have a cult following with comedians, but I want it to like, get some love because I want to make movies like that, and I want more movies to be made like that.
I confess, I didn't see it. I didn't see it either.
You're part of that no money.
I'm part of the problem.
You're part of the problem.
I am. I loved him in Palm Springs. I thought Palm Springs was
so
good.
So good. What a great, because everyone wants to make their Groundhog's Day, and I thought they did it so well.
Mm-hmm.
And smartly.
Mm-hmm.
They did astrophysicist they're talking to on the computer screen is actually the astrophysicist who consulted on the film. I'll give a shout out to the Science and Entertainment Exchange. If you are a filmmaker in LA, there is a free toll-free number that can connect you to a scientist of your needs so that you can give the most accurate science possible on your scripts. The Science and Entertainment Exchange is run by Seth MacFarlane. That's it. Seth MacFarlane ran it.
I confess that when you mentioned what your dad does, I didn't bother throwing it in, but now I'm throwing it in now, which is that I'm moderately addicted to the Pluto TV channel that's 24 hours a day, Star Talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Sure.
I cannot get enough of astrophysics. I really can't.
Yeah.
It's 24 hours a day with Neil deGrasse.
Yeah, it's really his video podcast on a loop.
Cool.
And I can watch it. I can watch the same episode 10 times.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why like Carl Sagan and Neil deGrasse Tyson they move out of the scientist realm, and it's like you need to find the guy who can do both, like be the scientist and also have the charisma and be able to have those conversations with people,
and be able to let people like me understand.
Exactly.
People who are maybe a little bright, but definitely didn't major in it.
Well, but that's not your focus. I mean, that's not.
My dad consulted on a project that was narrated by Morgan Freeman, and he got really angry at Morgan Freeman because Morgan Freeman couldn't understand that the universe is always expanding, And he kept being like, expanding into what? My dad was like, nothing. So, and it's testament to who my dad is. He's a little on the spectrum, a lot on the spectrum. But it's like, it was that disregard. I was like, literally like, Dad, stop it. He doesn't understand. It's a hard concept to understand. Like, please stop getting angry at this prestigious actor.
Holy shit, we're supposed to get to overrated, but during your interview, when you talked about EQ, I almost wanted to bring up the spectrum because very clearly you live adjacent to it. Not you are not, but you are aware of people whose. I have a bunch of Mensa friends who like literally can't even hold a job.
Yeah, it's in terms of dating. My dad once said, "Well, there's a lot of astrophysicists you can date. The odds are good, but the goods are odd."
That's a well-written line.
Yeah. It's a good one-liner, a good spoonerism.
For sure. Which could have been Mitch Hedberg. Mitch Hedberg was famous. Okay, so anyway. Because like, when you brought him up, I was like, yeah, he was a one-liner guy. Like, you can't write a sitcom script if that's... Oh, so anyway. Diana, you get to start us off with a film you feel is overrated.
Overrated film.
Be careful. They might not hire you.
and
Hire me.
And you could say, you can back out.
Okay, I'm gonna I think Once is overrated.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the movie Once, and I think I went in thinking it was gonna be a real sell for me. And it's like romance and Irish brogue and all that, but I didn't like it. I thought it was dumb. and take that Once.
Yeah, it doesn't hold. It has a few good moments.
Yeah.
But a few good moments ain't a movie.
I just remember everyone was very in love with it, and I was standing off to the side going, I don't see what the hype on this. Yeah. So
I'll share my story, which is I went to see Once when it came out in the theaters in Santa Monica with the first wife, and she walked out about 15, 20 minutes into it, and I wouldn't leave. And boy, I really wanted to join her. But I stayed to the end just to make a point to someone I shouldn't have been married to that art has value. But I'm with you. Then they did a Broadway version of it. I'm like, fuck this.
they did, they did the Broadway and all this.
I mean, I cried during it, but it's one where I'm like, maybe I should rewatch because I can't really remember much. Mm-hmm.
It might not hold up.
Yeah.
Or it might make you cry. And I've had terrible things, like terrible movies make me cry. Like emotions come up in weird places.
For sure. All right, Annie, you get to do overrated, if you please.
I feel like, I don't know. I feel a little nervous saying this, and okay. Everyone loved Poor Things, and I was very disturbed by it. I couldn't get over the pedophilia angle. Are we getting real?
So you're saying you're anti-pedophilia?
Is that controversial? Am I controversial statement? But I don't think it's hilarious.
Pedophilia. Well, I think there is, and it's the
Born Sexy Yesterday trope?
Yeah. Yes, the Born Sexy Yesterday trope, which Poor Things fits right into. That can be real hard to.
It was hard for me, personally.
I missed it.
The Born Sexy. Oh, the movie.
I missed Poor Things.
Poor Things.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that thing. So, are you familiar with the Born Sexy Yesterday?
No.
Trope?
It's kind of eye-opening when you find out about it, and you're like, oh.
Yeah. So it's like all of these. It's usually a female character who's in a full female body, but who's either it's like her first day on Earth, or she has a childlike wonder, and so it's like maybe she gets naked and she doesn't know that she has a sexy body, and like all of that, and then it's like usually the guy saying like, "Oh, I'm gonna take care of you.
I'll teach you the ways of the world."
Yeah. Fifth Element kind of is like that. Little Mannequin.
Splash, maybe.
Little Splash. There's a great.
I got lit.
Honestly, nearly every female character ever written could.
Yeah.
There's a great Every Seen a Story YouTube video essay on it. If you just type in Born Sexy Yesterday, they do a nice recap of it. And once you become aware of it, it's kind of hard to watch. And I think Poor Things really hit that hard.
Yeah.
For sure. And I'll share this. You two might find it interesting. Back when I had time, we used to always do a podcast for this podcast, one with like 4 or 5 filmmakers before the Oscars, and we make everyone pick their faves. Ooh. And then after the Oscars, and we'd look how everyone did. And there was a female writer-director, and she was brilliant at nailing when a man wrote female characters. And it was the Yorgos Lanthimos film with Olivia Colman.
Or no?
No, the royalty one.
Oh, The Favorite.
The Favorite. And she said to me, everything about this is what a man writes for a woman. And I said, well, but there's a woman, the credit was given to a woman. And then I found an article afterwards that said that he took her script and completely changed it.
Sure.
Changed everything about it. And then when we did the after review Oscar podcast, I told her, she's like, see, I knew it. I'm like, you totally knew it. And here you are showing me another Yorgos Lanthimos movie where
that was arguably stolen from a woman as well.
Treating women are playthings in his world.
Oh, he's on notice.
He's a little bit. Well, you know.
I think he
likes writing for Emma, I guess, but still.
I mean, there was so much good in the movie. I mean,
it is.
The premise was hard for me.
I loved The Favorite. I really loved The Favorite. But when she pointed it out to me, I was like, yeah, I hear what you're saying.
I'm thinking now, because I love The Favorite too, but I did watch it on shrooms. So it was great.
The colors were beautiful.
They were great. So it's like, I'd have to rewatch it again to get, I was like, what a positive experience I'm having watching this movie.
I feel at one with the movie and the world in general.
This comforter is so great. This movie is so great.
Honestly, someone talked to me once about doing a podcast where you, per what Annie said about The Jerk and other things, where you discuss a film that you haven't seen for 20 years and loved, and then you watch for half an hour, and then you watch it, and then you discuss after if it held up or not. But then also there should be one where you use drugs and enjoy, because I will confess that, like, especially with the experimental art house category, we might get a little high and watch the experimental art house, but then I'm sitting there on that couch watching screeners saying to my wife, this movie's amazing. I'm going to have to watch it tomorrow sober and find out if I'm right or not. But right now I think this is brilliant. And actually 9 times out of 10, it's brilliant sober.
Yeah.
It's like The Big Lebowski. I don't think I've ever watched that without drinking White Russians.
Fair.
So maybe I should watch it sober and find out if I like it.
There's still good stuff in it.
You really have to watch it stoned, though. 'Cause my understanding is that Jeff Bridges would say to the Coen brothers before every take, he'd go, so how many hits has the dude had? And they'd say, he's had 3. Okay, I'll play him like he had 3 hits.
He's like, okay.
I'll play him like he had 5. Like, it was just like, how stoned am I in this scene? And they tell him how stoned he was, and then he'd do it.
Yeah, that's dial in there. It's very well done.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. No, they need to give a retroactive Oscar to that role.
There should be a retroactive "we messed up" category at the Oscars. They just go back and they go, you should have gotten this for this film. So here you go.
That was the other thing I wanted to do was a podcast where like you go year by year and you just go 20 years ago, who should have won? Like look at the nominees and then go, because after the fact you always realize that what was in the ether at the moment, everyone voted for the wrong film.
Well, and there's so much politics and there's playing the game. And I mean, there's so much more politicking than you realize. Like you got to go to Pebble Beach and shake hands and you got to put up the billboards in the right places and talk about a bunch of retirees voting.
Well,
that's the Academy.
I know that I've been told the dollar amount to win the Oscar for Best Live Action Short Film. What you have to pay the publicist and what you have to...
Wow.
Ooh.
And it really changes your attitude. towards things. I should probably stop saying this because one of our goals is, of course, to become Oscar qualifying festivals.
Yeah, I mean, it's a friend of mine he directed the film Thelma, which did very well. And he talked about they just did the award circuit and it's expensive and their production company paid for it. But, buying those tables and doing the glad handing and stuff, I mean, it costs a lot of money.
But there are specific publicists to hire who don't publicize to the world. They publicize to Oscar voters to make sure they watch your short instead of other ones. When
Absolutely,
it's
yeah.
on like the list of 20.
Whoa.
It's like, oh, so this is the award to the short film that had the most money behind it.
And the award for best publicist goes to...
Oh my God, they need that award. All right. Well, we're on the last one. Who just went first? I think
I went first on that one.
So on the last,
Okay.
lesser known for people to seek out.
I think this is lesser known. I looked it up and it made like 300,000 in the box office. So that seems lesser known to me. There's this movie. I haven't watched it for a bit. So I'll have to go rewatch it. But it was called These Final Hours. It's a low budget Australian film, I believe. It's a, apocalyptic, the world is ending. And it follows a guy who is on his road trip and comes across a little girl. And I don't know. It's one of those movies where it's like, I think about it I think I maybe watched it 15 years ago, and I think about it very frequently. There were just some moments in it that like really ingrained them, like embedded in my brain and make me think about like, humanity and life and, what's important and what would I do if, so I would recommend it to myself also.
For sure. Well, no, and I mean, it was a bit prescient, right? Because like that's a full on genre now.
Right.
Like, especially with what's going on post-COVID, like I think COVID inspired
No, I'm like,
so
when did it
many
come
end of
out?
the world films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm looking it up.
And honestly, we get at the festival level. I think at the festival that your film was in, I think we had 3 or 4 end of the world, wonderfully made end of the world shorts.
Yeah. So my biggest fear is the apocalypse and I'm sort of living in it. So it's like, I don't like thinking about the fact that in billions of years, the sun's going to explode. And so I'm like, I don't love this genre coming up. So I want people to start don't make your dystopia film, make your utopia film. Like, let's imagine a world that could be better.
That would be helpful.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be nice?
I could use that. I know, and whenever they make a utopia film, it's about the fact that it's actually a dystopia. Like, underneath everything's terrible.
Yeah, it's like, it looks all clean, but it's actually terrible. And I'm like, what?
I guess all we got is Star Trek. That's the only positive future.
Yeah, that is
And that's
true.
what makes it a little boring, because how do you have conflict?
Yeah, it's just like, I'm like, we're so good at thinking about like, what if we destroyed the world? But we're not very good at thinking about like, what if we fixed the world? So I don't know. Maybe think about that. Hollywood filmmakers.
Love it. Love it. We'll start a film festival called the Utopia Film Festival. We'll show, 2 or 3 movies a year.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot less work for me. All right.
Okay. I'm gonna say. So it's a way older film. It's this movie called Trouble in Paradise. It's a pre-Hays Code movie, and if you don't know what the Hays Code is, it's very worthwhile looking it up because the Hays Code was the Morality Act that got put into Hollywood. So prior to that, actually, a lot of women were making films, and they were making these cool, complex, like films about women, who are like prostitutes and all this stuff. And then the Hays Morality Code came in, and that's when we started getting husband and wives in separate beds on sitcoms and things like that.
Did they make that because of Jane Mansfield's shirt or something? I don't know. I feel like
way earlier than that, but yeah, it just started. Like it was because it was when talkies were first coming out, and they were making these like really fascinating, complex character studies and things like that. So Trouble in Paradise, it's a comedy about 2 thieves coming up, and it's just a really great time, and it's just a wonderful film. And I don't know if it's overrated because it's lasted so long, so I feel like But it just, if you haven't seen it, it's just really great and really funny in a timeless manner.
And it's pre-Hays.
And it's a pre-Hays film.
Wow. Yeah.
Pre-code.
Yeah, because I've always heard about
So there's
the
no
Hays
separate
Code.
beds in this film.
Oh, everyone's just in one big bed. They only have one bed. No, but it's about thieves and they're trying to steal, and there's very little moral. Like the morality is real crooked in it. But it's like funny and complex, and the female character's great, and it's just such a bummer to think about that we backslid so much because one dude was like, "Oh no. How dare this woman have a thought that isn't about family?"
But then Lucille Ball got pregnancy on TV, and
she did get pregnancy on TV, which is a hard
So thank
thing
you,
to
'cause
get.
our-
Yeah, so
Sure, it would've
somehow
been.
Yeah.
someone left their bed and went to the other side of that room.
They don't talk about how she got it. And Lucille Ball is the reason why we have Star Trek.
Yes,
Yeah.
I heard that.
So she's all about utopias. We need utopias. Lucille Ball is president, and it's Star Trek.
I know she is one. I can't help but share. I recently read, like, I hope it's true. This could be lie, but something like when Sonny and Cher broke up, Lucille Ball made a point of like sending Cher a letter that said like, "Don't worry about it. You were the talent."
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? Because Cher wasn't sure she would have a career without
Yeah.
Sonny, and like Lucille Ball said. So confidently, like, "You're the talent," like, because she was the talent.
Yeah. Well, and she fought so hard to get Desi on.
Yeah. Because
the-
I was about to make an off-color joke about immigrants.
But like, I mean,
Yeah.
the fact that he was playing the character he was at the time is phenomenal, and it's hard to do these days. And it's like, I mean, she knew what she had, and she fought for everything. She's great.
And they created television.
Yeah.
Like, literally,
Yeah.
multi-camera.
I heard this fact, and again, I haven't, but apparently I haven't fact checked it. So tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. They shot I Love Lucy on film, which is why it's held the test of time. But supposedly the sets were painted in black and white gradients to show up better on set. So it wasn't just like color that was getting transferred onto black and white. They were just on a black and white set, which I think is very cool to think about.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like such a weird way to think about. But they were like, we can control the lighting and the angles, and we would know what it looks like on screen, as opposed to just having something brightly colored and then having it transposed to black and white. And I think that is the reason why we're still watching I Love Lucy today.
That and Lucille Ball.
And Lucille Ball.
Just unbelievably funny.
Yeah.
Just brilliant. I know. Talk about Trailblazer. Excellent Trailblazer. And I haven't seen these. Well, of course, I haven't seen these final hours because I haven't seen enough movies. But
Yeah,
I got to try to track it down.
I'm going to watch that.
I looked it up. It was 2013. So
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I'm in Trouble in Paradise. I pulled the wrong. I do want to see both though.
I want to see that. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
think I've
just,
seen
it's just, I don't know. It's fun.
It
Movie
disturbs me
night.
about what you bring up the Hays Code again. I remember being blown away. I'll wrap us up, but I remember being blown away by, you saw Fritz Lang's M, that film, and like, it's about a pedophile,
Yeah.
like a murder, and like, we think all these problems are modern problems, but like 1920s Berlin, like pre-war,
Yeah.
like they told a story about that.
Yeah. And I think that like,
And we wouldn't have allowed that story here.
exactly. It's just, we've created a system that is, it's just, is so controlled of the narrative that they're thinking of a time that there, really was a period of time where women were stepping up as directors, as writers, as filmmakers. And, some dudes were like, we can't have this happen, and shut it down. So I wonder, we would be at a very different Hollywood today had that trajectory kept going, I think.
Man, there's a university professor somewhere who can relate that to our current time. I think that it's always, right? There's always like advancement and then recoil, and advancement and recoil. But man, that Hays Code recoil lasted till probably the 70s, right?
Oh, yeah, so long. And then, we started, and then again, we saw so many, in the 70s, we saw so many like beautifully acted small dramas, and then Jaws comes out, and then it becomes a blockbuster and stuff. So, I mean, but I did recently rewatch Jaws, and it's great.
Same.
Yeah.
It's very good.
It holds up. And the fact that he created the blockbuster, it's you don't know what you're creating until you create it.
The only problem is when you have motion picture studios who decide, okay, we only want to make those films.
Exactly.
Instead of realizing, no, we can have some home runs and we can have some singles.
And I will say that we're willing to make any of our movies into the MCU. We'll add any Iron Man can be in any of our movies if you need it. Like we're there.
I did enjoy Superman. I'm pro.
Oh, the new one, the James Gunn
Yeah,
one.
I
It's
enjoyed
probably
it.
good, right?
I'm a James Gunn fan.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I liked how many ones with the raccoon?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians, thank you.
3? Are they on 3 or 4?
I
haven't
there was
seen the
at least
last
3,
one.
but even the third one, I thought it's still good.
Yeah.
I'm loving Peacemaker.
Oh, Peacemaker's fun. I
But
just
also
don't like.
Sinners. Have you seen Sinners?
I haven't yet, and we were just
It's
talking
on my
about it.
list.
It
I've
is
had very controversial.
solid.
I've
Oh.
I've had people tell me you've got to see it, and I've had people say they're overrated.
Wow,
See,
overrated.
I went in kind of unknowing about anything.
And I hear Weapons is a must see.
That's on my list.
Yeah, that's on my list. I haven't seen it yet. The movies I get to go out and see are few and far between these days.
Well, and the real reason I haven't seen Sinners is the 17-year-old has told me that no, it's inappropriate to watch with you because we don't watch movies with her, and apparently there's some hot sex or something, and she cannot watch that on a couch with her parents.
Yeah, I did have an awkward experience watching Rocky Horror Picture Show with my dad.
Yeah, I sat in between my parents for Game of Thrones once. Yeah,
Yeah, sometimes
we're
you
much
just-
closer now.
but not Game of Thrones close.
not Game of Thrones close. No, we're not. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. All right, we landed on incest jokes. What are you gonna do?
Can't top that.
Can't talk that.
But that was true to royalty in the Middle Ages, right? That's not right. I mean, there was a lot of incest in royal families.
Oh, sure, the
purposeful.
Habsburgs
And
and
so
Yeah.
like that's why it's in Game of Thrones.
So
like
a
he was
method of keeping
it's
power.
like historical fiction. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I don't know why I had to add that in. Okay. So
wasn't great for the genetic code.
apparently not. You can't do it too many generations. But
There's a very fun sketch and it's just titled "It's Not Porn, It's HBO," and it's all about all these like people telling their parents like they're like, oh, and then like we're all naked and I get like and both my boobs get cut off and all the parents are like, you're in porn, and they're like, it's not porn, it's HBO, and they're like, oh my god, we're so excited. So
Every time I see someone who like doesn't have lines but they're like naked on TV, I go, look, Mom, I'm on TV. Like I just imagine that being me.
yeah, or when you understand like the under 5 payment or something, you see this like show where normally they would say something and the person's like not saying anything, and they're like, oh, they didn't want to give them a bump. Like, just pay them a little extra, give them an under 5.
let them speak.
Yeah.
Let them
Let them
speak.
say yes to their own.
They can buy a protein with their rice.
It would make their day. Please, just give them that under 5 bump.
It would make their rent.
Oh, crazy. All right, well, I will do the wrap up now, which is, well, first of all, thank you, Annie. Thank you, Diana, for being here, for doing that, giving me your list. But boy, you gave me a lot of movies I want to watch, which is not a bad thing. I just need to develop, a speed habit so I never sleep.
Yeah, it's tough.
Watch them on 1.5.
That would be.
That's why I do audiobooks. It's hard to do movies that way.
I do 1.25. I'm not a crazy person.
Yeah, 1.25. They still sound normal.
It's funny because I've never listened to a podcast fast, but it probably works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know a couple people who will listen to podcasts at two speed, but I'm sort of like, what are you why are you doing this? Like, what's the point of consuming content that quickly? Is it just to be done with it, to say you listened?
Yeah, why not just listen to two at once? And with that said, thank you for listening to the Discover Indie Film Podcast. Oh, all right, so there'll be clickable links for both Diana and Annie's film, social media, website, all that stuff. So click on that, follow them, follow their work. It's good work. And award-winning. Congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I will finally mention, so thank you for listening to this podcast. Like and subscribe. DiscoverIndieFilm.com is where you learn more. At DIF Wins is the social media. One in the Chamber, their film, which I think I mentioned before, but I haven't mentioned it for a minute.
You can mention it. You have to mention it every 3 minutes.
Yeah, every 3 to 5 minutes. So One in the Chamber is the award-winning film aforementioned that won Outstanding Comedy short. The Filmmakers Award for Outstanding Comedy, which means their peers gave them that award. And so watch it whenever you can. Just build a time machine just so you can go back and watch it at Film Invasion Los Angeles in June 2025.
Yeah, build a time machine and then go to the film festival.
Use it for that.
Yeah.
Ignore Hitler. Go to our film. Yeah.
That's one of my. I love a Hitler joke. So anyway, too much shared. So that's discoverindiefilm.com and at DIF Wins. If you want to learn about the nonprofit that runs the film festivals, that's discoverindiefilm.org. I'm just trying to mention the nonprofit more. So I mentioned Film Invasion LA. That's the website is filminvasionla.com, and social media is always at Film Invasion LA. Its sister festival that we hold every December, that's coming way too fast for my emotional state, is the Sherman Oaks Film Festival, ShermanOaksFF.com, at ShermanOaksFF on social media. And their little cousin in South America, who won't be little for long, but Film Invasion Lima, Peru is happening in January of next year. So you can still submit to it, and the submissions are a lot cheaper because it's the first year, and Lima prices are very friendly. So anyway, consider Film Invasion Lima and maybe fly down. I don't know.
It's a beautiful city. I mean, it's really cool.
Do the film festival and then hike to Machu Picchu.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's what everyone's telling me. Oh, you got to spend a week there. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know how long I can stay away. But anyway, thank you both for being here.
Enjoy. Thank you for having us.
And thank you, everyone, for listening.